big boss that's special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level. Second level, baby. Second level.
For quite a while now, VR fans have been pestering the WipEout dev team on Twitter for updates on when the VR patch would drop. Taking it all in good spirits, the dev team would tease the players and honestly seemed so confident in how it was going to turn out. Meanwhile, after the slight disappointments of Bravo Team and Arc Park recently, the VR community seemed suspect. Well, lo and behold, the dev team kept to their word and dropped it when they said they would, to basically zero press. Even Sony, who had hyped the patch for a good while, had seemed somewhat quiet on the subject. The players though, the fans, myself included, have been absolutely blown away. WipEout VR is an instant PSVR classic and has pushed itself into the higher echelon of PSVR titles in the mere blink of an eye. If this is your first time hearing about it, let me explain. WipEout the Omega Collection is a collection of all the content from WipEout HD, WipEout HD Fury, and WipEout 2048. This patch makes the entire thing playable in glorious VR, with multiple comfort settings and incredible graphics and sound. The whole thing is just beautiful. Oh, did I mention the upgrade was free?
Energy critical. Mines. Final lap. Cannon.
So what makes this patch so special? Proof of concept. WipEout is a beloved series and a PlayStation classic. I remember playing the first game on a demo PlayStation machine at a conference and thinking the combination of high-octane futuristic racing with combat and a beat-blasting soundtrack was something truly special. It was one of the first games I ever played on PlayStation, one of the first times I ever fell in love with a game immediately. Fast forward to a week or so ago, and I got to be in the seat of one of these insane hovering speed machines. I got to look out across the crowd at the beginning of the race as I geared up for takeoff. I got to do a flying barrel roll over a gap and feel every inch of it. I got to hit 5 speed patches in a row and get a hit of adrenaline in the process. It was fucking magnificent. It was kind of a startling moment for me, to have flashbacks of playing that demo unit with the controller encased in plastic so no one could take it with them, to feeling truly free and untethered in a way I could have never dreamed of back then. What this team has done to this game for VR is nothing short of incredible. Graphically, the game is sterling, as good as any other top tier title on the system. Now I have a Pro machine, reports are the same for the OG PS4 as well. Everyone is impressed at every level with the visuals. The sound? Well, it's WipEout, man. Of course it's stellar. Not just the soundtrack though, the special effects and that awesome robotic voice that pipes up every time you grab a weapon patch. It's exactly what you want. The comfort settings are pretty highly adjustable too. In an interesting mix, they allow you to choose what the VR is mainly connected to. For example, if you choose the cockpit, you'll have a way smoother time of things than if you choose the pilot, which could be a potential chunderfest for anyone not versed in immersion by this point. Speaking of immersion, which as you know by now I have deemed its own category for VR reviews, the level of immersion in this game is close to perfect. Without having to worry about teleportation versus smooth loco and other such things that other devs might have to struggle with, the WipEout team were free to focus on one thing. Make it feel like I'm really piloting this fast yet heavy thing at breakneck speeds around this crazy track. Unsurprisingly, they nailed it. Whereas a lesser team may have managed to make the experience too light, too uncomfortable, too frustrating, they managed to find a perfect balance and struck it with finesse. Just about the only thing I've found that has been a touch frustrating with the experience so far is that the game does not work for me in VR with the new super sampling mode enabled in the PS4 settings. Now, this is highly likely not the WipEout team's fault. It does get a little annoying having to turn that off every time I play though. If you run across the same issue I did where the game simply doesn't load into VR, go ahead and turn that off and see if it resolves your issue. In short, WipEout VR is hands down one of the best experiences I've had since buying the system. Top 5 material, and honestly deserves a standalone VR release or even a bundle deal with it being the pack-in game. All of this and the game is obviously still available to play as a flat title too. They didn't even charge an upgrade fee like the Dirt devs did. It's just a lesson in fan service the likes of which we haven't seen in a while. I cannot praise the team enough for their sterling effort, and I can only hope that enough people pick this game up for this mode to make it worth them making a fully made for VR title next. Miss this experience at your peril. Thanks for watching.
Race complete. Elite Pass, first place.
It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level gaming. Second level